So I just have one story I'm going to give to you, and I may cut it really short depending upon how you guys behave. Okay? This is a Cherokee story associated with the Cherokees. It goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a bird. There was a bird that had extra large feet. I mean, really big feet. I got size 15s, bigger than mine. Yeah, the mouths drop. I never knew that. But this bird was embarrassed by his feet. Unlike me, I'm just not embarrassed by it. And the bird, but it's taken me a while to not be embarrassed by it. And now, poor Nicholas over there has got feet just as big. He's not embarrassed either, are you? Not anymore. No, you're living with it. But this bird had extra big feet and was down in the grass, kind of hiding his feet. And once this grasshopper hopped over to him and saw him, and through the grass stopped and said, "What are you doing here? I notice you're a bird, and your wings look like they're meant to fly. And I heard you singing a little while ago in your sleep." "I don't sing anymore." "No, you were singing in your sleep. I heard you. And it's a beautiful song. So I know you're a bird, and it seems that you can fly. Why aren't you up in the trees singing your song?" And he says, "Well, it has to do with my feet." And the grasshopper looked down and was fighting everything back to not laugh and crack up to make him ashamed all the more. So the grasshopper said, "Well, so what? God gave you everything that you have, even the things you think aren't good, or the things that make you different or ashamed, the things that you think are flaws, so that they can be useful in some way, and we don't even know what they are. Someday those feet might really come handy, and you might do something great with those feet." So that bird got all puffed up and thought, "Thank you. I've never heard anybody say that." So after the grasshopper hopped off, and by the way, you're doing really well, everybody. You're doing really well. This is how Joan would lead her class. Bird flies right to the top of a tree and starts to sing the most beautiful song. And all the birds around come and they land, and all the squirrels and all the grasshopper, everything comes to this tree, and they're just staring at this bird with all the grand voice. They don't even notice the bird's feet. They're not even looking at the feet. They're just captured by the beauty of this bird and the splendor. And then and he's so into it, this bird, that he closes his eyes and he's singing. It sounded like that. And then when he was done, whole tree shook. And then he opened his eyes with the biggest smile, and he saw everybody staring at him. And immediately he thought they were staring at him because of his feet. And he was so ashamed, immediately flew out of the tree and right back down into the tall grass. And there he was for days and days and days. He just thought, I've been set up. I even saw the grasshopper there staring at me that told me I should sing. And they were just poking fun at me. Hold that story, since you're doing so well. Hold that story for a second. There's a saying that says something like, your ability to hurt me may be huge. And in the world we're living in right now, that's a statement. Your ability to hurt me or other people that are weak is huge. But it's no bigger than the amount of ways that I can be hurt. It's no bigger than the amount of ways that I can be hurt. Sometimes we're in control of those. So I've got size 15 feet. Aren't they glorious? Okay, back to the story. So one day there's a quail that does the quail thing. You know the quail thing. They're always on the ground scaring you when you're walking around, and decided to had some children. It was time. You know, the quails had gotten together, they had a big celebration, a wedding, the whole 9 yards. And then it was time to have kids. You know, what do you think? Should we have kids? I think we should. I think it's time. So they laid a couple eggs, as quail do, and right in the middle of a cornfield. And that cornfield was getting later in the season. The eggs came a little bit late, and one day the quail heard just a rumor that they were going to start harvesting this corn. And they were going to be coming through with big machines. And the quail thought, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And the grasshopper overheard them. The same grasshopper. That same grasshopper. What are the chances of that? Says, I think I've got a solution for you. I know somebody that could help you. And I'll be back. And then hopped, like grasshoppers do, over to this bird with big feet in the grass and finds him and says, hey, I need your help. We need your help. The quail just had these eggs, and these babies are about to hatch, but not yet. And they're going to be harvesting the cornfield, and we need something that can grab those eggs and bring them to safety. And I think we put them on your feet, just like penguins do. You could waddle over and protect them and put them in the grass, and then those eggs could be okay. What do you think? He says, well, I'm done. You told me to go and sing, and I did, and everybody made fun of my feet. No, I was there. Yeah, I know. I saw you there. You were in the front row. You were poking fun of my feet. You were smiling and beaming and laughing inside. And I said, no. We were just amazed at what you were singing. I don't think anybody even noticed your feet but me. And I think your feet are glorious. Think about all the things that you wish you didn't have that are just glorious, people. I got a wart that's going to come in handy someday. So he agrees. Okay, so they weren't making fun of me? No, they weren't making fun of you. You're doing really well, everybody. So he goes over there, picks up those eggs on those big size 15 feet, and waddles like a penguin, the way penguins do, and brought them to the grass, to the spot where the bird had been nesting, and had to go a little bit further. And then set them down right there next to Marcia. You protect the eggs. There they are. And then the quails came and sat on the eggs. They knew that you could be trusted with the eggs because of your relationship with your bird, your beautiful bird. And then the birds were hatched. And what do you know? They were quail babies. It'd be a surprise if it was a crocodile. But it's quail babies. And they grew up and they heard the story about this bird that saved their lives because of the size of their feet. And as a lot of stories go, especially in this tradition, that's the end of the story. There's no more to be told. Done. As they say in the town I come from, bada bing, bada boom. So whatever you think your big dark secret is, and how broken you are, and every single person in this room is broken, really broken. Some of you are more broken than others, it seems, because I know a lot of you, and you're busted. But your brokenness is your strength. It's your gift. But it can't be your strength and your gift unless you use it, and you're not ashamed of it. We're all broken. We all need each other. And some people are in danger these days, really in danger these days, and they don't have the feet to carry the eggs to safety. Only we do, right? So that's the whole enchilada right there. And I was going to read the Christmas narrative, but I've already told you about it, and I'll just make one comment on that, and then we're going to get on to the good juicy stuff. The one comment is in Jesus' day, like in our day, but even more so, they were called purity codes. You can't touch some things. You can't touch fish that have no scales. Slippery, slimy, snaky. You can't touch them. You'll be dirty. You can't touch anybody that's had a blood. on them, near them. They're bleeding openly. I could not probably be touched almost any day of my life because I'm always bleeding. I'm bleeding on everything. I'm always getting banged up. But it's true. And if somebody was bleeding and they knew it, a la women, a natural thing for all creatures, you had to go away from the whole community, no matter what you were doing. And nobody could touch you except others, and it goes on to other skin conditions and whatnot. So how powerful is it that if the Messiah that's going to redeem everything is going to do it from the bottom up, is going to redeem even uncleanliness, is going to redeem and make holy even the dirty, even the spoiled, even though their skin is flaking. We've all got skin conditions. And if you were in with a priest back in those days, it probably wouldn't be leprosy. But if you were in with the priest, it'll pass. Just keep it covered. You know how it goes. Some have they're treated better than others. And it just depends upon where you are. So imagine that plan. That this Savior, this Holy One, is going to come and redeem and make holy the loudest dog, the most just horrible, disbehaving cat, Andre, your cat wouldn't even come out from under the bed for me. Wasn't even giving me the hospitality of greeting me when I came to feed that cat. All of them are holy. Every grasshopper, every slug, every rat, even if you're a Chicago super rat. Sorry, Mom. But you don't have to deal with them anymore. But they're holy. And if they're all holy, and then this God is born into that, untouchable after that, was born into that, into a manger. The first place you sleep is totally unholy, totally uncool. Don't go do that. And all we do in the church sometimes is try to clean ourselves up enough to say that we're doing better and we are better. We're not. We're creatures. We're creatures. And I'm 59 years young now. I say that because Nicholas went to the pharmacy the other day and said he was going to pick up my prescriptions. And they said, okay, before we give them to you, when was your dad born? And he says, 1948? They looked at him. He looked at them and realized he'd said something wrong. And then he says, but I know it's October 12th. And they said, okay, you pass. And then they went to get the prescriptions, came back, and as they came to the counter, Nicholas said, that would make my dad about 80. And they said, uh-huh. And he said, maybe it's something else. They said, uh-huh, but you got October 12th right. Bless you, bless you. This is the time of the service that I think is just really powerful. And this is going to be our prayers of the creatures, right? The prayers of the creatures are going to go as we've been doing it for a little while here. And at the end of the prayers of the creatures, I'm going to light a candle over there. And we're going to remember creatures that have died, that have gone past, that we remember, that we want to keep in our hearts and on our lips, that they can continue to bless us. Because that's what's happening today. We're blessing each other. Humans are blessing the animals are blessing the humans. It's going to go around. But the way we pray our prayer of creatures is to get comfortable in your chair for a second. Get comfortable in your chair. Close your eyes. Get in a comfortable position the best you can. I'm talking to the rats, I'm talking to the dogs, I'm talking to everybody, including my little guy over there. The best gift you can bring to God is your presence. Just be present. Be right here. God knows every word on your lips. God knows every word in your brain. God knows. God just desires to be present with you. Present. Let our presence be our prayer. Because God does know all the prayers that are needed right now. All the actions of the grasshoppers. All the actions of the big-footed bird to help each other. All the wars, all the destruction. 95% of Gaza is gone. People are dying. Not just there, but Sudan and the countries are just so great. Governments turn on their own citizens. All those prayers, all of them. Just be present here. Feel your feet, feel your knees, feel your back. What hurts? I've learned to name that as a gift. It's a gift to hurt. It's because you're present. You're present to the pain. It's telling you something. You're alive. And that is a gift. You guys are doing so great. Mostly you humans are doing great. All the rest of the animal world with us is doing amazing. If you take nothing else, you humans, from the service today, remember that you are a creature. You're a creature with a big brain that just thinks too much in the past and in the future, and not much in the present. Learn that from your critters, your creatures, your fellow blessed ones. Do this whenever you can. Be present to each other and to the world, to the wind, to the rain. God is everywhere. But I'm going to start with the bird right up here. And Marcia, your bird has to wait so patiently. This bird is so amazing, and I know it'll screech, and I've never had it happen. You are blessed. Thanks for blessing us. What's that? What do you say? Yeah? A little shy right now. You are a blessed bird. Take your human downstairs for coffee. There you go. You take your bird down for coffee, and we'll see you later, Marcia. You're blessed. All right, let's take the rats next. You've got to see these rats. And then we're going to start moving along pretty quick. Oh, little guys. Hi, sweethearts. You're blessed. And you're blessing your human every day. Keep it up. Look, you're doing a good job. Yeah. We're having coffee downstairs after this, so please come down and have some coffee and some, bring your creature with you. But I am going to, I'm gonna go out there, and as you come out, I'll bless your animal, and I'll be out in the entrance. You're welcome to bypass that and go straight downstairs, and you can have coffee. I'm just aware of the Mennonites that will be coming with us shortly, but before it gets too out of control, the doodles have found each other. We have a funeral coming up this next Saturday at 11 a.m. And it's one of our Mennonite friends, Edie Schultz, who died. And they're looking for a couple people just to help set out their food just on a table while the service is going, and then they can leave. But they can't go down there and do that during the service. So if you're able to do that on Saturday, 11 a.m. is the service, about noon or so would be that. Let me know. And we grieve with them, and we celebrate the life of Edie. Wednesday night we have dinner together, and we'll finish up some chili that we put a big dent in but it still needs a little work. Anybody else have an announcement? Yes.
Raffle tickets for the baskets for our pasta is our big fundraiser besides the dinner itself.
Yes.
Come on over, 25 tickets for $20 or one ticket for $1.
Okay, $1 a ticket for this raffle that we're doing for the pasta dinner. We've got all these raffled baskets that people have put together. And you can get a ticket. And we're trying to do pre-sales this year because we didn't do super well on that last year. And people really enjoy having a chance to do that. So you can see Judy on your way through. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. Blessings to you all. That's the blessing. Vicky's gonna play a postlude while we go, and I'm gonna work the room as you go. And we'll see you downstairs if you get a chance. Otherwise, go out and enjoy God's great earth on this wonderful day. Thanks for saying yes to me, Mom. Go in peace.